Marhaban, ahlan wa sahlan bikum. Today's lesson, I'm afraid, is the last of the Gateway to Arabic Book 3. And it is on page 60, and that will take us all the way to the end of the book, page 65. The topic of our last lesson in this book, is the imperatives. What is the imperatives? The imperative simply means to command somebody to do something, to take action, such as ijlis, sit down, uktub, write, iqra, read, and so on. The imperative, which is known as fi'l al-amr in Arabic, comes direct from the present tense second person, because you can only instruct a person or people that are in front of you. Let's analyze that using our template of dal, ra, and sin, which comes from to study, and we're going to use another template, jim, lam, and sin, which meant to sit down. Right. Now, tadrusu means you masculine singular, you singular masculine studying. Udrus, that means study as an instruction. Now, the first thing we need to do is we remove the prefix from the present tense and we replace it with alif, which is your alif of imperative. Now, how do we determine the vowel on that alif of imperative? You look at the second root letter in the present tense, look at the vowel that it's carrying, you put that vowel on the alif if it's carrying u, if it's carrying dhamma. So tadru becomes u. So you put that dhamma on the alif of imperative. If the second root letter, because there are some categories of verbs that the second root letter carries dhamma in the present tense, and others they carry kasra or they carry fatha. Here we have tajlisu. This category of verb carries the second root in the present tense carries kasra, tajlisu. If that's the case, you use kasra under the alif of imperative, having removed the prefix from the present tense. Equally, if we have another category of verbs which is carrying fatha in the present tense, such as fahima yafhamu, you use kasra as well. So you have two possible vowels on your alif of imperative, either dhamma if the second root is carrying dhamma in the present tense, or kasra if the second root letter carries fatha or kasra in the present tense. Now, if that has been established, those will not change. That's now, there's a stability there that will stay all the way through. Now, the second root in the present tense carrying u for singular masculine. Tadrusu, you are studying, speaking to a single male. In the imperative, that's dhamma becomes sukun. So udrus. As you see here as well, tajlisu, ijlis, sit down. Now, let's move to the feminine. The feminine, when you are speaking to a single female in the present tense, remember, you may recall we covered that already. You say ina ending, so tadrusina, tajlisina, and so on. When you are giving the instruction in your imperative, if you are asking a female, single female in front of you to do something, the starting point is the same. Oduro, oduro, agely. But the ending, you just simply remove the noun from ina. So becomes odurusi, agely, sit down. So that's the difference between the giving instruction or commanding a single male or commanding a single female. In the single male, the ending is sukun, udurus, ijlis, ifham. But for the female, you remove the noun, you say udurusi, ijlisi, ifhami, and so on. Now let's now move to the dual, two people. Now, you are coming from the present tense, tedurusani, you two men are studying. Tedurusani, you two women are studying. It's the same. Now, as a result, the imperative for both two men and two women will be the same. You say, you remove the noun, just as we did here. It becomes udurusa, udurusa. Here, from tajlisani, ijlisa, ijlisa. So we are removing the noun as well. Let's now move to the plural. The plural, tedurusuna, when you are speaking to group of men, group of boys, you say tedurusuna, you are studying, that's your present tense. In the imperative, just as we remove the noun from tedurusani, and we remove the noun from ina, again you remove this noun. Tedurusuna becomes udurusu. You are now instructing group of men. Here, tajlisuna, ijlisu. Sit down, all of you. I don't know whether you notice what is going on there. It seems to me that every time we have the na at the end, or ni, and we have a lengthening letter before that, such as lengthening ya, we are removing the noun in the imperative. Here we have lengthening alif, we are removing the noun from the imperative. Udurusa, udurusa. Here also we have the na, and we have lengthening waw. In the imperative, we have removed the noun. Udurusu. Now don't pronounce it alif, just there by convention, udurusu. Now, but if there is no lengthening letter before the noun in the present tense, that noun stays. Such as when you are speaking to a group of women, you say tedurusna, you are studying. Tejilisna, you are sitting. In the imperative, because that noun has no lengthening letter before it, so that noun stays as it is. So the ending in the present tense and the imperative for a group of women will be the same. So tedurusna, udrusna. Tejilisna, ijlisna. So I want you to consider this very carefully. The way you need to nail it down is this. Concentrate on the root letter, the root letters, and then look at the changes is happening, and you will notice that in the present tense, we have said some things happen at the beginning, something happened at the end, unlike the past tense as we covered before. So imperative, udurus, udurusi, udurusa, udurusa, udurusu, udurusna. Ageless, agelisi, agelisa, agelisa, agelisu, agelisna. Now, let's explain the negative imperative. Remember that negative imperative means don't do something. Now, we have tedrusu, which is present tense, you masculine singular, studying. Odurus, that is imperative, study. That's the instruction to do something. That is the imperative fi'l amr. Now the negative imperative, let's compare that to the imperative. How are they different between what are the differences between imperative and negative imperative? Number one, the negative imperative has new element, and that is la nahiya. That's the la of prohibition. You say la first. There's no la in the imperative. Secondly, the negative imperative preserves and retains the prefix of the present tense. In the imperative, we have removed that and replaced it with alif. But the ending will be the same. In the imperative, the last root letter has sukun, that's for singular, masculine. Also, negative imperatives carry sukun as well. So, udrus, study, la tadrus, don't study. That's not good advice, by the way. Now, let's look at the present tense in the feminine singular, second person, tadrusina, you are studying, and imperative, udrusi, we remove the noun. The same thing happens in the negative imperative. We remove the noun. And of course, we have our la nahiya, which is your la of prohibition. Don't do something. So, la tadrusi. Once you've established the differences between the two, it becomes much easier because the ending is the same. So, imperative, we've removed the prefix, we replace it with alif. In the negative imperative, we start with the la of prohibition and we retain the prefix from the or of the present tense. Let's look at once that's been established, as I said, it becomes very easy. The same ending, tadrusani, udrusa, la tadrusa. Tadrusani, udrusa, la tadrusa. Tadrusuna, udrusu, la tadrusu. Tadrusna, udrusna, la tadrusna. Another template, tajlisu, ijlis, la tajlis. Tajlisina, ijlisi, la tajlisi. تجلسان اجلسا لا تجلسا تجلسان اجلسا لا تجلسا تجلسون اجلسوا لا تجلسوا تجلسن اجلسن لا تجلسن. That is your imperative and negative imperatives explained and hopefully understood as well. Now, this is the conclusion or the end of our studies of Book 3, Gateway to Arabic Book 3. Inshallah, God willing, I try my best to teach you other books within the series. We have Book 4, Book 5, Book 6, Book 7, and the rest. And in between, we have many other topics and subjects that I can be teaching you as well. If you have any suggestion as well, don't hesitate to send it to me. You can use my email or just post the comments or suggestion below. The email is AAG Imran, that's a Alpha Golf Imran at Decon, that's a Delta India Romeo Charlie Orange November .co.uk. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank few people that you have donated to my charity, Helping Hands for Education. We still have a long way to go yet, and please, if you can, please make a donation, small or large, to my charity, Helping Hands for Education.org. And it is a British registered charity. You may visit our website, which is www.helpinghandsforeducation.org. Thank you so much and good luck in your studies of Arabic, and we shall meet again soon, inshallah. In the meantime, مع السلامة إلى اللقاء في أمان الله.